Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of Nerdcraft. You're probably wondering what this giant building is behind me, and I have some news. I recorded a clip of a while ago, a few days ago. I recorded this clip, and it basically explains to you the builds that I'm about to show you. So just watch that, and it'll not explain everything, but explain what you need to know right now. So I'm going to make the last building on the ground right here. I'm going to connect it to that building and build it right here and have it a bit taller so that it's towering over this. And I'm going to do something weird. It's going to be very weird. I am going to time lapse this so you're going to be able to see. But I'm going to try some new blocks. I'm going to use dark prismarine, and I'm not exactly sure what else. I might use some terracotta, some concrete. I don't know. It's gonna be really weird, and it's gonna be strange. But that being said, let's start building the rest of the village. Hi, hey, yeah, it's me again. No time lapse because
Wow, I'm stupid.
yes, thank you, Kyle. I am stupid, and you know why? It's because I've been messing around with hotkeys on my recording and streaming stuff, and I never do that, and it's for this reason. Basically, I made a button, a hotkey, to start recording, and it also turns off the recording if I press it again, which makes sense. It's very convenient in some cases. If someone walks up to me, I just press that button, and it's great. But in this case, it was not great because I accidentally pressed it twice while building. When I said I was going to do the time lapse, I pressed it, and I didn't notice until I was halfway through this build. So I just decided to scrap that time lapse altogether and just go ahead and run you through what I've built. So basically, despite me being up here, I don't know why I'm up here. We're gonna start down here because this is the most questionable. First off, I made a new villager house. Made it just like the rest of the acacias, except better, I would say. There was a house right there. I tore it down and made that. So that is not a normal villager house. I made that. And this is the first build. I'm still working on this path a bit. It's kind of hard to connect it to that, but I'm not done with it. I just needed to stop everything that I was doing, and I don't know how I feel about it. I think I'm going to change the roof if I ever get to it. I might not, but I will say I really like this side. So if we come over here, I like that. So basically, the idea is that you're not going to see the build from this side. I mean, you will obviously. A lot of people fly in from this way, which is unfortunate because they're gonna see that mess. But if we're walking through the village here, you're gonna start here and you're gonna walk through, and you're not gonna see it. You're gonna be able to see it peeking through the top, which I like that. Like I said, I might change the roof. I'm not sure about it. And you just walk through here. So basically, the village is done. All of this to say that the village is done, except for one minor detail, but we're not going to worry about it. And I think it's great. I like some better than others. I'll be honest. I'm not really liking this brick one. It just seems like a bit too much. It seems like it takes away. I liked the idea for this. I came up with this idea for this guy in here to be kind of like a merchant, and I like that idea. So okay, so now we move on to the giant tower up there that is not done. You know, in grand old fashion, I build things and don't finish it. That does not have an interior, and I don't plan on doing it. So basically, since we are in the savannah, I do want builds to be on top of hills. I plan on putting two more on that hill if I can fit two more. I think I can. I think I can fit one down there and then one up there. But yeah, since we're in a savannah, I want there to be buildings on top of mountains and stuff because that makes sense. So now we're gonna go up here. Now I did take this off of a reference photo, as I often do, and the only thing I really changed up was the block palette. I added some tuff in it. It's not done at all, but it's fine. Like if we go in here, look at that, look at that. I'm kind of worrying that it's too tall, but I'm hoping that once I add more buildings, like I'm going to add one right there, some back there, I'm hoping that it'll fit in just nicely. Now that that is done, I did have to scrap an idea. So my whole idea from day one, day freaking one, my whole idea was to have a bridge going from right there all the way up here, and it was gonna connect to this, and it was gonna be great, and there was gonna be a bridge right in the middle, a bridge that looks a lot like that. And yeah, basically it didn't work out. We are way too high. it was not enough. I wasn't able to, for that design. I'm sure I could have done it with another design, but with that design, I wasn't able to swoop it down and then swoop it back up in time. It didn't connect. Basically, is what I'm saying. I built that entire bridge and had to tear it down, and I'm too stubborn to not have that design. So I decided to put it over there, and that's what I did. Yeah, so I did want a bridge of some sort, and this is exactly what I had in mind. Like this bridge right here is exactly what I had in mind. Except like I said, it was gonna be right here, but my dreams were crushed. So now the plan is, now that the village is done, basically, I'm going to add more buildings. Of course, I already explained I'm going to add buildings over there. I am now going to have to add a building right here. I'm going to add a building right here, build this out so that it connects to the bridge a little bit better because that's not good. I kind of rushed this. And then we're going to connect it over here as well. And we're going to make another building right here. And going up that mountain, we'll probably have some buildings. So we are kind of far from being done because I don't have any more build ideas or build themes that I want to do. So that's gonna take me a minute to come up with, and then it'll take longer to get materials and everything else. Now you're probably wondering. You probably weren't actually. You probably didn't see it. My render distance is low, but I have something over there, and that is going to be most of today's video. To be honest, just basically. Oh my god, I just basically wanted to show the village, that the village is done, and now we are going to go on to my next quote unquote mini game. Since I am the only one creating mini games and creating fun for the entire server, the 3 people that are still on, I decided to do I'm not gonna tell you yet. Basically, the name and the concept is going to be a secret, but I'm going to basically go through every single station that I have planned, but I'm not going to say what it is or what these stations are based off of. So basically, to sum this up without giving away what it is, it's a race. That's not all. It's not just a race, but that's what I'm going to say right now. It's a race, and there are these stations that 2 players, there's going to be 2 different players, and they're going to have things to do. So let's start off with this first one. Basically, today is a day of testing. Okay, that I keep pressing free cam. It's set for third person. I'm gonna go insane. Today is a day of testing. Yes, despite the title, the thing that I showed you that lasted 5 minutes. Today's a day of testing. We're testing everything I'm gonna need for this mini game. This section right here is going to be making a cake. I'm going to have chambers, and I actually have some chickens growing up here. Can you guys hurry? Thank you. There are going to be chickens in these chambers. That's something I need to test as well. Basically, all of this I need to test. But there's going to be chickens. Chickens lay eggs, correct? Correct. So basically, they're going to wait, both players, or whoever gets here first. It doesn't freaking matter. They're going to pick one of the chambers. They're going to stick with that chicken chamber. The egg is going to drop. They're going to wait for an egg. As soon as they get an egg, let's say, oh my god, the chicken dropped the egg. They're going to grab the egg. They're going to go to their auto crafter, put the egg in, craft a cake. I'm not going to craft the cake right now because I'm low on ingredients, but that's basically how it goes. They're going to put the cake down right there. It spits out the buckets as well, so I think I'll just make them put the buckets back or throw the buckets to me or something. Then they're going to drip leaf parkour. Not this way, actually. They're gonna drip leaf parkour right here, and this is what I'm gonna build today. This is really hard to explain, so I'm going to build this platform and kind of show you what I mean. Okay, so I am going to show this not in a good way at all. So there's going to be more parkour and stuff. This is just an example. Each person is going to have the same parkour with the drip leaves. They're going to get here. They're going to have their trident. They're going to have to get through a circle. Not like that. The circle is too close. I'll fix that. I swear I'm not bad. It's just a flaw in the game design. Okay, so now that I did that successfully, you will come up here, you'll jump through a ring with the trident, you'll get on the platform, there will be some eggs provided for you. You'll grab the eggs, there will be another chicken chamber. You'll throw the eggs until you get a chicken. just like that, except they're not gonna fly everywhere. So basically, what you would do, make sure I don't have my elytra on. You will jump like you will jump like this and hit every single slime block, and then if you, like I just did, if you miss a slime block, you're gonna have to go back. So to do this flawlessly, that's exactly how you would do it right there. That's as far as I've gotten. So that being said, let's go test some stuff out in a testing world. Okay, first thing that we're gonna test, I need to make sure that a frog will end up coming to the other side somehow. Oh, there he goes. Look at him. Look at him go. That's exactly what I had in mind. This is beautiful. This is so beautiful. You can do it, buddy. You can do it, buddy. Okay, you stop, stupid. Come on, buddy. You can do it. You can do it. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, you're almost there, bud. You're almost there. There we go. I mean, okay, he has one more block to go. But, yeah, that's basically the idea. I feel like frogs are the equivalent to rats in this case, you know, like a rat race. We're gonna have a frog race instead. Oh, wait. And he kind of did it. He kind of did it. I mean, I'm probably going to have a tripwire or something right there that will trigger redstone, and then when the redstone lamps light up, then that means that your frog won or your frog made it to the end. So where he stopped honestly might be fine if there's like a pressure plate or something. I don't know. I'm gonna need to test two of these guys though, being in at once. I'm gonna get two different frogs, and each of them is going to have their own color. We'll have like a green and a yellow, and yeah, that's how that's going to go. So I think that the first test was actually pretty successful. He's doing it again. Granted, he hasn't gone all the way. I'll keep an eye on that, but as of right now, look at that. Oh my god, you're amazing. Never mind, he's going the other way. The other test I wanted to do is how many freaking chickens I have to have. So we're gonna start off with 4, because let me give you some quick maths right now. Basically, chickens will lay eggs every 5 to 10 minutes. So if you have one chicken, he'll lay from I mean she'll lay he'll lay from 5 to 10 minutes. If you have more chickens, obviously they pop out more often. So I want to see, since these are fresh chickens, it might not actually work. But like in a survival world, not each chicken is born at the same time. Obviously, these two were just born. I don't know how it works in creative. This might take a while. This might take 5 minutes, and they might both poop one out. My idea is, and I'm going to test this out in survival instead, is if we have a chamber of chickens, not too many, just enough to pop out an egg like every 10 seconds, because that's part of the challenge, right? You're gonna have to wait for your chickens to pop an egg. As soon as they do, you got to get that egg and go make that cake, and then go to your next little section. Okay, why am I in I don't know why I'm in leather armor. I use this world for a lot. That's definitely not a trap idea. Anyways, I am going to go ahead and make a rough obstacle in creative to kind of show what I want to do. Um this is already the first section. That's the second section. So I've already I've kind of started. But yeah, I'm just going to make a rough idea of what I want to do so that you get a better idea, because I don't think we're not going to be able to play it this episode.
One eternity later.
All right, so I just kind of threw my idea together real quick. Obviously this is going to be more polished in survival, but yes, I will have the frogs. I'll start the frogs off there. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to do that yet, and that they will do exactly what they're doing. Wow, it's like you guys are paid actors. Except you. You're fired, my guy. So, yeah, each side will wait for their frog to get to the other side. Whatever frog gets to the other side, they get to move on to the next station, which again are these chickens, which I'm still trying to figure out how often they lay the eggs. As soon as they get an egg, which fortunately I just got one, I don't have the update where we have auto crafters. I don't have that pack. So we'll pretend these are auto crafters, okay? I'm going to make a cake. I use my eggs to make a cake, and then I'll place the cake down. Yummy. Yummy. And then I will run to the drip leaf parkour like this. It's 100% possible, as you saw. It's not that difficult. There is one hard jump, though, and it's this one right here. This is the hard jump. That's the only hard jump, though. And as soon as you make it here, you go through the thing. And just like that, wow. So it's 10 blocks out and 5 blocks high. It's not hard, like at all, but you got to get the right angle. If somebody misses, they're going to have to go back to the start because there is no saving grace down there. I mean, there's water down there, but like there's nothing else. And if you might die to fall damage too, I'm going to make sure everybody has their boots off. And then there is a ring right there that you got to go through and land. When you get out of the water, I'm going to be providing eggs in each. There's going to be 2 sections for each player, except for that's what they're going to do next. Is they're going to jump up here, they're going to do this, and they're going to throw in eggs till they get a chicken. There we go. As soon as they get a chicken, they can move on to the next thing, which I haven't fixed up just yet, but it's going to be the slime jumping, like I said, basically jumping. That's loud. That's going to be the final horn at the end is going to be a dragon head on top of a note block. It's super easy right now. I'm going to have to find some way to make it hard, but once you get through the slime parkour, you can get in the minecart, press the minecart. This is the tricky one, okay? I gotta take you slow on this one. So basically, you'll get here. You'll come up here. There will be a sign that says, "Hey, craft blah blah blah." I don't know what I just typed. And in the barrel will be a bunch of building materials. But if that goes too quick, don't worry about it. It's gonna be fine. All of this is going to loop around. There's not going to be an end to it. It will loop and loop and loop. All right. As soon as you craft it, put it in the barrel and then go on to the next section, which I haven't thought of one yet. This might be the last part, honestly. So that is, oh my god. So that is the idea that I have for this. And again, I'm not going to tell you what it's called because it's not done yet. But that is going to be it for today's episode. Today's episode was just, oh my god. I ran into a tree. Today's episode was just a whole lot of testing for this new obstacle course that I want to do, and we're gonna see if we can do it. I'm gonna see if anybody wants to do it, and if people want to do it, I'll have a whole episode dedicated to it, basically, along with laser tag. Yes, laser tag is not done. It will be done, and the finale or the start of this will be laser tag and tug of war. I'm trying to figure out how I can make tug of war in Minecraft. But anyway, that's going to do it for today's video. Once again, like I said, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next episode.